All right, if you're thinking about moving to Killeen, Texas, here's the real deal information as someone who has pretty much grown up here. I've been here since middle school. I'm going to be sharing 10 things only locals know about this area. Stuff that you're not going to find on Zillow or Google. So whether you're PCSing to Fort Cavazos, currently turning back to Fort Hood, buying a home, or just thinking about if this area is a good fit for you, this is going to be a great piece of information for you. So make sure you stay tuned to the end. Share this with somebody if you know they are actually interested in relocating to the Central Texas area, and let's jump right into the video. But first, let me make a quick introduction. If you don't know who I am, thank you for joining my channel family. Hi, I'm Brina Gordon. I'm a local realtor, military brat, Ellison High School graduate, UTSA graduate, and your go-to girl for everything in Killeen in the Fort Cavazos, Central Texas area. I've lived in this city for 20 years, which is crazy to say out loud, but I've seen a lot of the good, I've seen some of the bad, I've seen the little quirks of this area, and I see why people stay. And I started this channel so that I can always be able to provide valuable information to those that are either in this area or thinking about relocating to this area, and hopefully that's you. So let's start with number one. And I know this is going to seem a little random, but again, I'm giving the local information. But don't let an empty parking lot fool you. If you don't know much about Fort Cavazos, this is one of the largest military armor installations, and with that comes a very large, diverse group of people that live here, and people bring food. So I wanted to really kind of highlight a lot of our food that's here. And so I'm going to insert some clips here, some of my previous videos. Make sure you check it out, where I went and tried different food trucks. Don't let an empty parking lot fool you, because we have a lot of mom and pop places here. Sometimes they're busy, sometimes they're not, but you will find some of the best food in the most hidden places, in the most random places. You'll see like, okay, this, looks kind of quiet in here, and the food is just chef's kiss. And so don't let just a random spot fool you. If you are coming from a different area, maybe you are used to certain ways of dining. We have some nice eateries here too, but we have a lot of smaller mom and pop ones, and I think those are awesome because they really show authentic food options. And sometimes they're just smaller and in random spots, or sometimes quiet, but they will have some of the best food. And again, we have such a diverse culture here. We're able to really showcase food options from literally around the world, and I think that's a strong benefit for this area. All right, and this brings us to number two. You either love HEB or you're just wrong. I've never run into someone that says I didn't like it. Now, I have run into some people that will compare it to some other places. There are other grocery stores out there that are also good, but they're not my HEB. And if you live in this area, my HEB is their slogan in their commercials. I know it's a Texas thing, even more so a Central Texas thing, because they haven't expanded just all over Texas yet, but I think that will probably come. But HEB is a grocery store that is a social hub. It is more family oriented. So once you get here, you start going to HEB, I promise you will love it, and you will see why the locals love it here too. You'll see why that is our go-to primary grocery store versus Walmart. That's our main competitor here. We also have Target that has a grocery side as well, but HEB is the place to be. Wasn't trying to rhyme, but that just went like that. So if you are new here, go ahead and grab your reusable bags, get that cowboy queso, because it is a rite of passage. They also have sushi, barbecue, and everything else, and I know as our area continues to grow, they will probably build another one that is bigger and better than the ones that we already have. And if you want to get a little adventurous on the HEB side, you can also visit some of the huge ones in San Antonio. The one that lived in San Antonio, I actually had one near me that was 2 floors, so it had like a little shopping center. It was top notch for a grocery store. And then in Pflugerville, they're actually building one that is going to have kind of like a rooftop lounge in there. So HEB is kind of stepping it up into some sort of adult entertainment space. I don't know what's happening, but I'm here for it. So again, as a local, HEB is your place to go. Again, these are some tips to help you blend in seamlessly into our little environment here. And so when people go grocery shopping, especially if they're looking for good fruits and vegetables, fresher meats, if you say that you're going to Walmart to go get a steak, it's kind of like, why? So I'm gonna go ahead and help you save that conversation and go straight to my HEB. And if they ever see this video, they can definitely pay me. I would not be mad. All right, and coming at number 3, traffic will randomly humble you. Yes, we are a much smaller area. This is not Austin, this is not San Antonio, but we still have our own little awkward traffic. And if you are commuting to Fort Cavazos, you need to plan accordingly, because gate traffic is real. And I know other, military installations have gate traffic, but I don't know, ours just seems a little hectic at times. And there are certain ones that are very much high traffic, and so trying to get on post during PT hours, whether that's morning or if you're trying to get off post, so between 7 and 8 and 5 and 6 or something, you can literally be stuck on Clear Creek for a good minute. So one, make sure you have gas. That's not a area to play around with, like, oh, I've got 10 gallons of gas or 10 miles left on my gas tank. You will be sitting in traffic for a minute. And one thing, when I have clients that are looking to relocate here and we're looking for homes, we do consider gate locations. Where are they reporting to? I have one client, they're reporting way out into the middle of kind of Fort Cavasso, so we're actually looking at homes up in the Temple and Copperas Cove area, just the way that their gates are actually coordinating, because unfortunately it's going to be drive either way, so it's just kind of pick or poison on that one. But that is something that we think about. It's not just, oh, I'm just going to run on Fort Cavassos, because if you are working on certain parts of it, there are certain gates that are going to be a little bit more easily accessible for you, and it's something to keep in mind when you are choosing your destinations or when you're looking to get to or from work. You got to pick up kids. Those hectic traffic times will get you. It's not the distance, it's just the amount of people that are trying to come on and off post. Sometimes, you're Clear Creek, there's a light, so you're catching the light every 45 seconds or a minute or however it's timed out. When you're getting on post, sometimes they'll have several gates open, sometimes it's just one or two, and that can really slow things down. So just keep that in mind. Traffic will randomly humble you out here, so plan accordingly. And this is going to bring us to number 4. Dana Peak is a hidden gem here. Now I'm telling you guys, so don't go around telling everybody, okay? But Dana Peak is definitely a hidden gem here. So locals know it for the trails, the fishing, fresh air, take your pets, all sorts of things. I randomly went out there probably 2 weeks ago, and these guys had chainsaws. I don't know what that was going on. I think it was after storms. I think they were cutting up the wood, so slightly questionable on that one. But other than that, there were also other people walking there. I think they were just taking free wood or something. But Dana Peak is definitely a nice area just to kind of decompress. And again, unless you know how to get there, it is very much a hidden spot because you have to go way out the way to get to it. So I love little pockets like that, but it's not like a tourist destination or somewhere that you just get right off the highway. You actually have to intentionally know that it's there and seek that place out. And so a lot of times it's a lot more calmer out there. I will say parking can be kind of tight, so be mindful of that because people are still out there. Now I'm talking about the trail side. I think you can enter it a couple of different ways, but we also have Chalk Ridge. That one is a little bit more popular for hiking because there's some nice little spots where you can swim and all that fun stuff, and pets are always allowed out there. So if you have pets, this is a great opportunity to get them out there, get some additional exercise, and just have a good time enjoying Mother Nature. Now this brings us to number 5. I'm gonna name one store in particular, but this could also happen in my HEB. This area is large, but at the same time it is small, and this is definitely an area where you can meet everyone at Walmart. I'm serious, so don't go in there looking crazy. Killeen can feel big, like I said, but it definitely has small town energy. So you always want to make sure you're prepared because that is the opportunity where you see your neighbor, your coworker, your boss, your pastor. I ran into my pastor outside, or not outside, but like it was HEB, but HEB and Walmart, kind of same thing. Everyone has to grocery shop, so you can run into everyone in Walmart and HEB. So keep that in mind, even if you're kind of like in the Belton, Harker Heights one. Still very much kind of small town energy, so I know that happens in other places too. It just kind of cracks me up when you run into your teachers or your coworkers, your pastor, your boss, and it's like, oh, I'm seeing you outside of our place of business or whatever. So it kind of cracks me up sometimes. So make sure that you are looking good out here because you are liable to see anybody and everybody. Hey, if you're thinking of relocating to the Fort Cavazos area, I have just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And I have the link right down below. The best part is there's no obligation to this, and it's going to come with everything from the top employers to the best schools and a boatload of other information, everything that you need to make the best decision. Again, no obligation. So make sure you click the link below. It also will be pinned, and I hope that it helps. Okay, this brings me to number 6, and this is something a little more serious. I think a lot of time Killeen gets a bad rep, and this is something that I have mentioned in some of my other videos. You can check them out here. But I don't think that always tells a good story of Killeen. Yes, Killeen, like any other city, has its challenges, but Killeen also has a strong sense of community, diversity, resilience. You know, I've really always talked about how we can come together as a community, how there are so many different people that are relocating here to be closer to family, to retire, and I don't think people would choose that if they really felt that it was unsafe. My own parents retired here, I still live here, and neither one of us would live here if it was truly an unsafe environment, if there was, you know, just crazy things happening. So I really want to help dispel that myth of Killeen is, you know, very troublesome or this or that. And sometimes I even get comments on there and I'm like, what part do you live in, or when was the last time you were here? Again, people are spending large amounts of money to relocate here. They're spending a lot in homes, and they just wouldn't do that if it was a very troubling area. Now, a lot of people end up moving here. They love the lifestyle. They love that it's a little bit slower pace. They love that they can get unplugged, go enjoy Dana Peak, that, you know, whatever their story is, it has become a place to call home. And so I really want to help to portray a better vision, a better story for Killeen as a local Killeen person speaking to someone that is maybe looking to relocate here. Give us an opportunity to show you the positive side of us. If you are looking to relocate here and purchase a home, please feel free to reach out to me. Let me show you some of our beautiful communities. I think it catches people off guard in a positive sense because they're like, oh, I didn't realize this was here. We have a lot to offer here, so please don't let the bad rep of what some people may call Killeen scare you away from it, because again, I wouldn't be here advocating it if I thought that it was a scary place to live. Now we're gonna move on to number 7. This is a little bit more lighthearted. I just had to make sure I gave Killeen a proper shout out. This is Texas, and we still say yes ma'am, no ma'am. I especially do. Now, I won't say everyone does, but I do think in general we still have a little bit more of that southern hospitality. I recently had a family that relocated here from California, and when I was talking to the wife, and we were just kind of talking about how their experience went with relocating here, and that was one positive thing that she really said. I mean, she said multiple things, but I really loved to hear that. It's just relocating here from California. She was just talking about how people were so nice, and you know, they went out the way to say thank you or open doors or just small things. Yes ma'am, no ma'am. I know I say that in my line of business out of respect to my clients, and I just say it naturally to anyone that's older than me. But manners matter here. I still think for most of us, again, some of the newer age people, can't speak for all of us, but to hear her actually give that feedback as someone relocating here, and she had to deal with multiple entities, from purchasing a home to doing this to, you know, just a whole bunch of things. Everyone that you have to talk to purchase a home, and they're getting renovations and all those sort of things. And for her to have that same experience really made me feel good as an advocate for our community, and just know, okay, our southern hospitality is still real and still alive, and she's seen that beyond me, but also through other people, just their general experience just being here, you know, it was good. And so I really love to hear that manners are still alive and well here, and so is southern hospitality. All right, this brings us to number 8, your favorite taco spots. And I know everyone can fight over who's best, who has this, who has that. And actually, if you're local, make sure you comment down below who is your favorite taco place from Taco Care. I'm gonna butcher this a little bit, but Taquito Mexico, El Taco Jalisco. Now we have taco chains as well, so I'm not necessarily counting those, no offense to them, but places that are a little bit more authentic, Pincheros, and this didn't even start to touch into our food truck options because there's so many of those. There's one, Shelly's, I don't know if they actually made a move, but she had some of the greatest like little street tacos. I just would go grab a couple of those with onions, lime, cilantro, and it was just easy, quick. We have so many of those, and again, this does circle back to our diversity here, but we have so many amazing taco places here, and that alone I feel like deserves its own little spot, because who doesn't like a good taco, whether it's Taco Tuesday, after work, you're grabbing that and a margarita. Mas Fajitas too, but I'm gonna give them their own shout out because they have some of the best queso out here. I will go there strictly for their queso. Listen, it is what it is on that one, but I just love that we have so many options here. So if you're a taco fan, this is definitely a good spot for you.
All right, now for the question of the day. What is the first thing you look for in a new city? Is it a coffee shop or your favorite store? I really want to know, so make sure you comment down below, or better yet, shoot me a text, email, or even give me a call. All my information is going to pop up here on the screen. So again, what is the first thing you look for in a new city?
All right, so this is going to bring us to number 9. Being a realtor, I get to see so many housing options here, and I love to kind of give people just that little nugget of knowing, you know, we do have $1 million homes here, probably more than you think. And although I know in the beginning of this video I said stuff you can't find on Zillow, You can see what's currently on Zillow, but I have watched what has been built, what has sold, what has never made it to Zillow, and I can tell you that there are some mega homes out here that just fly right under the radar. And again, people would not be spending this sort of money if they didn't like it, if they felt it was unsafe. And so it's really about knowing where to look. And I get clients that are, sometimes looking for something with a lot more space, a little bit more extravagant, a little bit more custom. And I just love to be able to tell people that Killeen has that too. Now, they are more strategically placed and sometimes a little bit further out, but we have that out here. And I think people are often pleasantly surprised knowing the caliber of homes that we actually have built out here, some of the custom builders that we have out here. And I mean custom, not just regular industry custom, but we have a couple out here that are truly building, $1 million homes for clients out here. And so I just love for people to know that, with Killeen being affordable and having all these benefits, we also have a luxury side. And so if you are someone that is looking for that mega home, that $1 million home, you're looking for 2 or 3 acres, 3,000 square foot home with the pool, the whole 9 yards, we actually have more out here than you think. And I just love being able to showcase that. Again, it's not always the stuff that you see on Zillow or that's currently on Zillow, but again, I've seen stuff that's been built. I know neighborhoods that have homes that are, maybe 20 years old, but I know what's been out there. So I know that there's some spots out here that are absolutely breathtaking. And I just love that, just those little gems that are just like, oh no, Killeen has some stuff out here for you. So if you're a high caliber, luxury end user, there's definitely some options in the home side for you as well. Now, number 10, really just kind of sealing this off that either you leave or you never really want to. Killeen has a funny way of growing on you. It definitely grew on me as a fresh grad. I came back to the Killeen area to help my parents with a business, and I stayed. I purchased my home. I worked corporate, and then I got into real estate. And sometimes I do wonder, what it'd been like if I would have stayed like somewhere San Antonio. But at the same time, I've been really blessed and fortunate to be able to build the career that I have and be close to my family. That was something that was definitely of high priority for me. And I just love seeing other families do the same thing in regard to being able to stay close. I've helped so many people relocate here because their sons are here, their daughter here, their parents are here. And so I love being able to see Killeen turn into a generational community with grandparents here, kids here, great grandchildren here, and just it's not just a duty station anymore where people come and go. We have a lot of that still, but we have a lot of people that are truly calling it home, like I have, like my parents have, and I think that's just a blessing to be able to see and be a part of.
Hey guys, as much as I love making these videos, there's one thing that I absolutely love more, and that's helping families from all over the US make the move here to the Fort Cavazos and surrounding area. I've helped countless families move here, so whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is going to be right here down below in case you missed the pop-up screen. And I look forward to helping you and your family move to our beautiful area.
So, of course, if you are thinking about relocating to the Killeen, Fort Cavazos, Belton, Temple, Copperas Cove, Parker Heights area, anything in between, don't do it blindly. Please know that I am here to help you facilitate that transition smoothly. I've been here for 20 years, like I said, so I've seen a lot of things. I know a lot of things, and I know a lot of people, and I've just been able to make those connections and ensure that my clients have a much smoother process. And I love Killeen, that's why I advocate so hard for it, and I would love to have you a part of our beautiful community. So if you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with somebody if they are thinking about relocating to the area, and let's grow Killeen together.